And we'll get a look here at wideout A.J. Brown. He's been a production machine with a 1,200-yard season thus far. It's the Packers and the Vikings on EA Sports.
We find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. They come in on a one-game winning streak. What do you say we keep that one positive? Because they haven't had much to be positive about lately.
Yeah, let's take it maybe and make it almost like the theater. You're only as good as your last performance. Hopefully they can continue to move forward.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Packers, they come in as a team that looks like a well-oiled machine for the postseason. Winners of 8 of their last 10. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they will be led out by the youngster, the rookie, their QB.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
They start the drive with Cook. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Now Bridgewater. Being chased out left. And that'll be incomplete. This defense for the Packers, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
A first down throw for Bridgewater. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Devontae Wyatt in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the 3rd down stop. Bridgewater. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. That's a pretty good opening possession defensively.
And you know the goal is to make something of a statement, especially on the road with your first defensive possession, isn't it? Go right out and establish yourselves and let them know this is going to be tough going all game long.
And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. Veteran Green Bay quarterback Aaron Rodgers ready to go for drive number 1 along with the rest of this Packer offense.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl type season. And maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year. And with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that is incomplete. took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right.
This ball caught by Mechie. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
That one good for 37 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Rodgers going to throw.
He hits Dobbs on the crosser.
And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Malik McDowell there to make the tackle. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And they'll keep leaning on the running game, back to the ground. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Over the middle, that's caught by Mechie.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down. Now Rodgers. Touchdown! A.J. Brown. His 14th touchdown now on the year.
And the Packers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays.
And it's capped off by an A.J. Brown touchdown.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
First down, Bridgewater. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
And they'll get him down here at the 23. Now they'll get 15, but that won't be nearly enough. It's 4th down. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well.
Taylor now to return it.
A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. This will be caught by Brown.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Throwing now is Rodgers.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker in terms of receiving, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
3rd and long. They'll look to throw.
Open man is Mechie, and he's got him. And it's a Packers touchdown. 2 touchdown passes now here in this first quarter for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. A drive there of just 4 plays.
And it was all capped off by a John Mechie touchdown reception.
So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone.
And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession.
They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. There are the numbers for Cook from a week ago. 20 carries, 93 yards, and a score.
And I'm eager to see how they deploy him in this game. Last week, a heavy workload. Do they decide to bring that down a little bit and try and keep him fresh? Or do they say, guess what? He's locked in. Keep handing him the football.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. And he will take this all the way down to the Packers' 27-yard line. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Cook now off the read option, down at the 25. These two teams met up earlier in the year, back in week 4, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Bridgewater's throw complete to his receiver, Thielen. Touchdown, Vikings! Adam Thielen, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Vikings are back within a score. Boswell good with the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. The drive summary that time, 5 plays.
And it ends with a touchdown pass to Adam Thielen.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
On the return from his end zone, Malik Taylor. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field.
Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down. Here's Rodgers.
That's complete to Dobbs.
And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
And they'll employ the jumbo set now on 2nd and 1.
Rodgers now to throw.
Throw right side. This is into the hands of the tight end, Tunyon.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Rodgers again now. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes.
And the Packers go up by 2 touchdowns. Well, just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in baseball? Or are we cool to do it here in football, partner?
No, I think you can do it here in football. I think perfect game in baseball, that's its own category.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Could not imagine a worse start for that secondary. Or let's face it, a better one for this offense. No chance they stop passing now the way that it's going. I think they'll continue to press the ball downfield and hopefully reap the same results.
Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. The 40. Still going past the 30. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Minnesota. Extra point now by Boswell. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. Well, we talk a lot about explosive plays on offense. How about an explosive play on special teams? Certainly one there on the kick return for a touchdown.
Fields it right around the goal line.
On the return, it's Taylor. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
Now Aaron Rodgers and the offense heading back onto the field. He really continues to pick apart this defense. Last drive, perfect, and it culminated in his 3rd touchdown pass.
As long as we've been doing this, how many times has a player in this type of a zone described the game as really slowed down?
Yep.
So right now, instead of warp speed, it's
snail's pace.
Snail's pace for him, and he can do whatever he wants. Doesn't get all the time in the world to throw the ball, and his offensive line has been giving him that.
And he rifles one incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
Rodgers' throw completed to Mechie.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers.
Repeat of the last play, going to Mechie here.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle. That's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Touchdown! 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And they are able to add on to their advantage. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. So this drive spans 7 plays.
And it was all capped off by a John Mechie touchdown reception.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. Adam Thielen and the rest of the Vikings offense, they get set for their next possession. And CD, assuming he stays healthy, assuming the health, should get to that 1,000-yard mark pretty easily.
And the best part of what he's done so far is allows him and the team to relax their pursuit a little bit. Meaning, if they just have normal games, they'll get to the 1,000-yard mark. They don't have to force anything. But one of the reasons he's having the year he's having is what I call route running arrogance. They think there's no one that can cover them. No matter how many people are put in his direction, it just doesn't matter. He's going to find a way to beat them. And so far this year, he's done exactly that.
He sure has. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater.
This one into the hands of Thielen. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down inside the 15.
A big play there for Minnesota. 51 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And right side, they're going to go option here. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. To throw on 2nd and 6. Bridgewater.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Bridgewater now. And it's caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. Power on power, but he's not going to get in. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. So they went with a fullback dive that time.
And Brandon, when I was a kid, the fullback carried the ball equally as much as the running back, then known as the halfback. Nowadays, the fullback's job is to block. Put him out in front, let him clear a path.
They still have a couple more chances here from the 1. They're held again, and do we have a goal line stand brewing? It's 3rd and goal. Through a couple of plays, this Green Bay defense is held strong. Now it's 3rd and goal. Bridgewater to throw it. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Gerald Everett, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Vikings get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point put through by Boswell. And they're within 7 now at 28-21. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Taylor now from the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Packers with a football here late in this first half.
And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. On 1st down, Rodgers. Got a man, it's Brown. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15.
Holding, offense.
They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call. They were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Rodgers.
A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A good pickup there. 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. To throw, it's Rodgers. Wide open receiver complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And this one is right through. And that will do it for this first.
Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
On the return, it's Taylor from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Packers ready to go to start quarter number 3. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well. Most importantly, partner,
and they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Finding room at midfield.
That one goes for 24 yards.
24-yard gain on the play. First down.
From midfield, here's Rodgers.
He's got the hook up with Dobbs.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that will bring up second down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right, and the lead will hold at 10.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. First down, here's the run with Cook.
They'll get this down to the 38.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
From the 38, Bridgewater setting up the screen for Cook. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception. And that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold it for just a short gain.
And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 22-yard line. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down. To throw, Bridgewater. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6.
A 1-yard gain brings up 3rd and 6.
Throwing is Bridgewater. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Boswell's kick is good. And this is back down to a 7-point game.
So give him 3 on that drive. And normally you'd say, we'll take it. But the points have been flying around. It feels like a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah, you just have to wonder, are field goals going to be enough? Because as you pointed out, the way touchdowns have been scored, does kicking a field goal actually put you at a disadvantage the rest of the way?
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. So already not the best to kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line.
Yeah, not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because the extra pressure now goes on the offense. They've got to get some early yards and get away from the shadow of their own goalposts. What every offense wants to do in this situation, get 2 first downs to help out with field position at the least. This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. And he whips that one incomplete there. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple of weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. There he goes right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Holding offense.
And now, oh boy, this is a bit of a surprise. To be kind, they accepted the holding penalty, so wipe out the interception, and their defense will stay on the field. Okay.
1st down, Bridgewater. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
Flush to his right.
And he will slide to a halt with a penalty marker down on the play.
Holding offense.
So apparently some great line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
Throwing, Bridgewater. Open man is Galladay, complete. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Brings up 3rd and 11.
Now Bridgewater. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the play.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
They'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis.
Second down at 6 now from the 42.
It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the fourth. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. The Vikings on third down. 6 conversions in 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This is 3rd and 4. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. On the move past the 40. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Just shy of the 20. A big play that time on the catch and run. 34 yards. Bridgewater on first down. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage.
2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Packers' 15-yard line.
A beautiful fake. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone that has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep...
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Dalvin Cook, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter.
Taylor now from the end zone.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at the 34. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. This is caught. It's Brown. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Boy, 30 more yards and another 1st down.
A handoff as they run the counter play. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage.
Sam Roberts there to bring him down.
Then he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
And he's got it. And it's a Packers touchdown. Aaron Rodgers on fire, his 5th touchdown pass of the ball game.
And the Packers answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. So, Charles, this game feels like it has been punch, counter-punch all throughout, and that touchdown breaks our tie here in the 4th quarter.
You're making me want to get back in the gym and start training again. You're talking about those punches and counter-punches. I also think this is where you and I start thinking to ourselves, who's going to make the play to change that, right? Who's going to get out of this little cycle that they're in right now and make a play and give their team a firm advantage?
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25.
The Vikings ready to go again on offense. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Bridgewater. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 12 yards there, first down Vikings. Here's Bridgewater.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's second down.
Incomplete. It's second down and 10.
Here's Bridgewater.
And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders.
Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. To return is Taylor. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41.
And they will take over first and 10. Wide receiver A.J. Brown. You see he and the rest of his mates returning to the field here.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually he opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. So all eyes on this Vikings offense. Down by 7, 2:15 remaining. Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. He'll find a man over the middle. It's Galladay. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. Here's Bridgewater. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Cook.
He's got room at the 30, and he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
First down now, but that clock rolling. To the right and complete to Galladay.
And the Vikings are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
They'll run with Cook, and he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Gerald Everett with a 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
Rodgers to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
That was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
To throw is Rodgers. Pass complete, Tonyan. And he will get to the sideline here, but that a minimal gain at best. 3 yards, possibly 4. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
Let's just make this one simple. Could he be any more open than he was on that play?
And they lost him going to the outside.
Hard to believe, because you go through your accounting on each and every defensive snap. Who's got who, what defense you're in. That was totally a blown coverage.
Now Rodgers. That's complete to Dobbs. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 30. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the fourth. Back to throw, Rodgers. And this is taken in at the 5. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on first and goal. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And this is going to be caught. He got it. It's a touchdown. Forget overtime. They're going to win the football game right now.
And that score in this time frame, that's like a big reveal at the end of a great movie, isn't it? Out of nowhere, almost, it appears. They get it done. How about that score?
The finishes like this is why we love sports. This is why we love the game of football.
So glad that we got to be here to watch this one.
Extra point right down the middle, and they will take a 7-point lead. So that drive, 6 plays, 75 yards. And it was Robert Tonyan capping it all off on the touchdown grab. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. And with time of factor here late, they'll just take a knee and they'll start things out at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good for... On a huge mistake late, it's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And the Packers have just about sewn up this football game. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. And they'll indeed take a knee. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And they will take a knee here. Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one, because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to one possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. And in this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for Green Bay, the win pushes their record now to 11-2 on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, not much more to say. They dropped to 1-11, and they'll get a home date next week against the Detroit Lions.